This podcast is a Radio Mike original production. Head to radiomike.com.au to find out more. Remember when Harry won the Triwizard Tournament and donated all of his winnings to the Weasley twins so they could set up their magical joke shop Weasley's Wizard Wheezers? This podcast is sponsored by patreon.com/Radio Mike. It's kind of the same idea. So basically, you imagine you're the person who won the Triwizard Tournament, and in that sense, I mean, you have a job and you make money, and as little as $1 a month donation each month, right, can go a long way to helping me support my business, Radio Mike Productions, aka that's the Weasley's Wizard Wheezers of this analogy. Seriously, would love your support. Patreon.com/Radio Mike, as little as $1 a month to support this show and all the laughs we try to bring you each week. Thank you so much. 50 years after the final Harry Potter book, Harry Potter is now headmaster of Hogwarts, ready to usher in a brand new generation of witches and wizards. My name's Radio Mike, and I love Harry Potter. In fact, I love Harry Potter so much that when I was a kid, I wrote a series of 7 Harry Potter fan fiction novels. This is book 2 in that series. Welcome to Harry Potter and the Team Wizard Tournament. Hello, Hamoras, everyone. Welcome to Harry Potter and the Boys, a fan fiction podcast by me, Radio Mike, Book 2, Harry Potter and the Team Wizard Tournament today. And Sammy is back. G'day, Sammy.
G'day, Mike. And what a pleasure to be back. Thanks for getting me out of bed for this.
Oh, did you get out of bed specifically for this?
I shouldn't have revealed that, but I just got my quick 8 hours in while you're doing the intro. So,
hey, I've noticed that sometimes you're quieter on the pod because you're not talking close enough into the mic. So apologies on Sam's behalf for that. Everyone.
Well, I mean, it's still your job to mix the audio. Yeah. So, I
guess so. You could say that.
Well, because sometimes I like to look at you and make eye contact.
Yeah, it is funny because we sit sort of adjacent to each other while we do this pod. I guess for filming purposes, we don't sit opposite each other, so we kind of do have to come a little bit off mic to look at each other.
And actually, now I'm thinking about it, in my defense, when I read the Harry Potter and the Boys fan fiction off the laptop, it's quite hard to have a microphone in my face and look down at a screen because it's obscured by the microphone.
Yeah, and that's just, all the production logistics of a show like this. It is difficult.
That's a little peek behind the curtain, guys. You get to see how the sausage is made.
Behind the veil.
Behind the veil. And like in the movies, and the books,
well, both,
yeah. Well, I thought that was do you think that was the veil in Order of the Phoenix was well
explained?
Yeah, or did you think it looked good, like what you thought it might look like?
I don't know. I remember when I read the book for the first time, I was really confused about what it was. Like, I didn't really understand it, and then I saw the movie, and I was like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, because do they disappear into? And
I don't know what is it.
It is actually a bit.
Can someone explain it to us? Amy, can you explain it to us?
Amy, can you please explain it to us? It does. Because didn't he? I mean, he died. He got killed before he fell through anyway.
He got Avada Kedavra.
But is the idea that you die when you go through that veil anyway?
Yeah, it kind of felt like it was. Yeah, what? Why does the Ministry just have a death veil?
Oh yeah,
it's like how they say North Korea has nuclear missiles in silos underneath it. Yeah, it's basically that.
It is like that.
This is their death weapon.
It'd be a scary place to have your first day of work or like your work experience. Like, hey there, come in, mate. Yeah, you're gonna have a great week here for your work experience. Yep, over there you've got a bunch of crystal balls. Don't knock those over.
And we've got the veil over there. Now watch out for that. Trent from sales fell behind that third day. You ever saw Trent again? He's out of here. So you don't want to fall behind the veil.
Yeah. So just, it looks like you can walk right through it. You can't. Bit of fun. But
not fun for Trent's family.
Yeah. Trent got a bit tempted. It was like, don't press the big red button. You get very tempted to press it. Trust me and trust Trent. We should probably put a sign up or something. But anyway,
Hey, while we're here, did you have anything? You had something to talk about
I went over to an actual child's house. Yes,
Now, why'd you do that?
that does sound strange. My friend has kids, and
Who's your friend? Do I know them?
No,
What's their name?
Amanda.
I might know her.
Okay.
Okay, continue.
And in I opened up their little notebook, and I think we might have a young Mike, radio
Why were
Mike.
you going through a child's notebook?
Because I want to see their secrets.
Okay. Chambers, the
Yeah.
notebook of secrets, yeah.
And they just have a little, possibly a Harry Potter fan fiction. It's in very bad handwriting, and but it has got the grammar of a radio Mike.
Yeah. Read
Just
it out for us.
says, when Harry was at Hogwash, Hogwarts, he was in a house called Gryffindor House with his friends. Gryffindor was spelled correctly. When Hermione is stuck in the girls' bathroom, BARTH room, bathroom with the trolls, and then it ends.
Oh,
So
it's not really a fanfic. It's just a real fic, because that's just, at least for my fanfic, I've extrapolated the world and added new things. He's just saying exactly what happens.
It's a she, but would you also say that they have mastered the trope of the cliffhanger?
Yeah. I mean,
She's stuck in the bath. It was with the trolls then. And then
we never know.
End of chapter.
Was it The Sopranos that ended, the finale episode ended mid-sentence and it just cut to black?
Oh,
did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
So the last episode of Sopranos, spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen it, the mid-sentence, the show just stops and cuts to black, right? And everyone thought that it was like a fault or a power outage or something like that, but that was just how the show ended, and people were really annoyed about it. It's kind of like that.
Well, I mean, spoiler alert. I'm not sure if you are familiar with the work of Franz Kafka, the Czech author.
No.
And spoiler alert, if you haven't read The Castle by Franz Kafka, not The Castle by Working Dog, the Australian movie. He basically died, and lots of his things weren't released. And he said he said when he was dying of tuberculosis, or whatever. This is like 1800s or
Yeah.
And he said to his best friend, "Burn all my stuff.
What?
But please don't publish my works." Anyway, he died, and his best friend was like, "Nah, I'm going to publish it anyway." And so this book, The Castle, ends mid sentence because he died before he finished it. So it's just like something, and then.
And then you never know.
And that's the end of the book, but they published it.
No one tried to posthumously finish it.
Yeah, why not? I don't know why they didn't do that, but
anyway, that's great. That's what's going to happen with George R.R. Martin, because there's still 2 Game of Thrones books, I think, to go, and it's just been
Is he
years.
dying?
Well, he's pretty old and admittedly overweight. Like, he can't be healthy,
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well,
that was fun.
Hopefully he keeps going, and God save the Queen, and
Well, that didn't go well.
Oh,
because the Queen died.
oh,
Yes. Anyway, we're at a.
Why didn't they put that in the news or something? I would have. Oh my god.
We are at a bit of a turning point for the fanfic of the Team Wizard Tournament. Team Wizard Tournament has not appeared for some time in this book.
No. Yeah.
Now, last chapter, if I recall correctly,
Which you rarely do. Rarely do.
What happened in that chapter, Sam?
Well,
just from your best memory. It was the.
Let me get the pen sieve out.
There was the writing on the wall. Clownish Kimjiria's return. The Voldemort reunited.
Yeah. That was a while ago, though.
No, I'm pretty sure that was last week.
And it was written in poo, wasn't it?
No, it was written in blood from Harold's penis.
That's
because
right.
his penis had been chopped off by Clownish Kimjiri, who was chopping off all the penises. And then, no, that was the chapter.
Okay.
And then they went to Madame Pomfrey, but she had passed out and they had to bring her back. And then Mr. Charger was casting killing curses to make all the students hurry up out of the hall.
Yes, and he definitely
get back to their dorms.
He hit a few of them.
He did hit a few, but he had to.
Yeah, I can't remember. I feel like there was some sort of cliffhanger that we left on, but I don't.
I think, wasn't the cliffhanger that, I think it was like, a centaur appeared and asked where the toilet was. And it was, Sam said it was 2 doors to the left, but it was actually 3 doors, which is like, it's not often in a book you get a cliffhanger for something that was completely irrelevant to the rest of the book.
And Yeah, that's true as well. And because like, why would you care then? What I like is that you, as the author, you use your centaurs very sparingly, but very effectively.
Yeah, what is it with me just thinking there's centaurs roaming
You're
around
like,
the castle?
what would be the most random thing that could happen? Well, plausible though.
Yeah, but now it's like, now if a centaur does appear as a random joke, I'm not surprised because that just seems to be what Mike's main goal is.
Yeah.
Like, just if you need to move on from a situation, just kill a centaur.
Have we ever seen a centaur in the real books? Have we seen a centaur within the castle walls?
Yeah, because in one of them, maybe Order of the Phoenix, Firenze, the centaur, teaches divination for a bit.
Yes.
So yes,
and
we have.
I think maybe in the battle, do they come in the Battle of Hogwarts? They show up?
Quite possibly, but anyway.
I know we're really wrapped up the chit chat, but also speaking of divination, I saw a movie last night.
Oh.
Good luck to you, Leo Grand.
Okay. Is it set in the Harry Potter universe?
No, but it's got Emma Thompson in it, and she's Professor Trelawney, isn't she?
Yeah, she is, yeah. And Nanny McPhee.
Anyway, this is a spoiler for this movie, actually.
That's all right. I've never heard of it.
Well, it's not really a spoiler, but you see her fully naked, full frontal naked.
Emma Thompson.
Yeah.
How old is she in it?
Well, I mean, her current age.
Oh, it was a recent movie.
It's just come out. It's in the cinemas.
What?
I saw it at the cinema last night. So if you want to see Nanny McPhee and
Professor Trelawney
naked but
sure, there was
older.
a few students who had a crush on Professor.
Anyway,
well, let's
actually a really good movie.
Let me hand you over the next chapter of the Harry Potter fan fiction. We are now up to chapter 21. 21 chapters through this beast. Let's keep charging along. And
as always,
we start by reading
the title
of the chapter.
Yes.
Take it away, Sam. Excuse this interruption, teachers and students. Just a reminder that Derek is a disgrace to all wizards, but also just a reminder that if you like this show, you can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/Radio Mike. It's my wider Patreon for all of the content that I do, including my podcast, 20th Century Boy, which you should totally listen to if you're not. And for as little as $1 a month, you can get on board and just support this show. If you think that this show, if you're listening along in your car or at home or when you're doing your chores or whatever you're doing right now and listening and you're laughing and having a good time, that's amazing. And I love that. And if you think those laughs and that good time and the time you spend listening to this podcast is worth $1 a month, generally you get 4 episodes a month. That's 25 cents a week, essentially. Is it? Yes, it is. My maths is correct. Then please donate as little as $1 a month. Radio Mike, patreon.com/Radio Mike, that is. And if you want to make a one-off donation, paypal.me/it's Radio Mike. It does go a long way. So I would really appreciate you considering supporting us. Thank you so much. Back to the fanfic.
Chapter 21. The Voldemort Reunitement Committee.
Ooh.
So it's real.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's jump into it and see what we find out about the VRC.
The VRC, which is also the Victorian Racing Committee. If you
and the Victorian Racist Committee, which you wouldn't want to join.
You wouldn't want to join that, and you might not want to join the Racing Committee either, because cruelty to horses. Let's go. There was only one person the boys could trust in a time as trying as this, and that was Professor Granger, the only teacher in the whole school who seemed to understand the psychotic nature of everything that was going on in this book. But why did Hermione not stop things from happening? And why did she allow Harry to get away with the poor headmastery he was doing and Mr. Charger get away? End of sentence. Why
Can you read that sentence again?
Okay. And why did she allow Harry to get away with the poor headmastery he was doing and Mr. Charger get away?
It's just the worst possible sentence.
Yes. And why did she allow Harry to get away with the poor headmastery he was doing, comma, and Mr. Charger get away, full stop? Because it starts as a question and then it ends as nonsense. It ends as nonsense. Yeah. Why couldn't she do something?
Okay.
The boys rushed to her office in an immediate panic of what they had seen, heard, and smelt. Farts everywhere.
So it's. I think what we're finding out is the dark farts, which is this new branch of dark magic, creates a stench. Like if you can smell a fart and you don't think someone's done a fart, the dark farts are in play. That's what I think. Yeah.
Which really, I wonder if have a smelt it, dealt it.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably the opposite.
No, it'd be the opposite. Because I feel like if you dealt it, well, I don't know. We might
Whoever
find
said
out.
the rhyme did the crime.
That is true.
Whoever denied it, supplied it. Let's move on.
It's paradoxical. What?
I'm just trying to think of more of those rhymes. As they burst through the door, Hagrid was standing there talking to Hermione. And that's when I said, "You better get to potions now," said Hagrid.
So Hagrid is just in Hermione's office saying some story.
Telling a story that ends with,
and that's when I said, "You better go to potions now."
"I see," said Hermione. "Jordan Borden," said Hagrid.
What?
Jordan Borden. Which seems like a name.
So they walk in and Hagrid, we assume he's told a logical story.
Yeah.
So I saw the boys and they were late for their potions class, and that's when I said, "You better go to potions now." Which, for new people listening to this show, terrible time to join, but Hagrid really only says, "You better go to potions now" to other students.
Yeah.
He's kind of lost his mind a bit.
Yeah. Much like a lot of the characters in this book.
And then he's saying, so then Hermione's like, "I see," and then Hagrid just, maybe in the anxiety of not knowing what to say, just goes, "Jordan Borden."
She goes, "Excuse me," says Hermione. "Just trying out a new catchphrase," said Hagrid.
So Hagrid's like, "Oh shit, what should I say? Jordan Borden." Like, is that a catchphrase or a name?
Yibbida yibbida.
Oh, wuzzle wuzzle.
Wuzzle.
Wuzzle wuzzle.
Wuzzle wuzzle.
And it's like, I love that Hagrid's like insecure and he's like, "I'm running out of new catchphrases."
Yeah.
Jordan Borden.
Because he'd already used "You better get a potion now," which was his catchphrase. Hermione continues. "Is Jordan Borden a new catchphrase or is that a person?" said Hermione. Hagrid stared blankly into Hermione's eyes, his head seeming completely hollow as Miss Granger stared back.
Miss Granger now.
Isn't she Professor?
I just forget what characters are called.
Yeah. His eyes were empty, ghostly, and it looked like his brain was about to malfunction. Well, this is getting quite dramatic for...
But this is Hagrid's character in this book. Like, he's just totally absent-minded. He must be like over 100 years old.
Oh, yeah.
He does seem like there's some level of dementia or something is going on in there.
Do you reckon he's still got the same hair?
Yeah, I think he looks similar.
He dyes his hair. Hagrid dyes his hair? You heard it here first. Yep. Anyway, his brain was about to malfunction. He goes, Yep. "You better go to Jordan Borden's now," said Hagrid. Oh, he's broken.
So now he's conflating.
He's broken.
All these catchphrases are just melding together.
Yes. "Rubius, please leave," said Hermione.
Also, does Hermione call Hagrid Rubius?
Yes.
I guess in adulthood she just changed.
You can do that. I saw a teacher the other day, and instead of... Okay, I saw an old teacher the other day.
Which teacher? Because we went to the same school.
I saw Mr. Toohey.
Oh, yep. Vince
Toohey.
Yeah.
But I am not confident enough. I found this, whenever I say teacher, I don't want to call them Mr. Whatever, Mr. Toohey, but just calling them by their first name seems weird.
Yeah.
So every time I see a teacher, I address them by their full name. And I say, "Vince Toohey, how are you?" And I've realized I do that with every teacher. My other teacher I saw, I was like, "Mark Langdon," or whatever. I was like, because it's too weird either way.
Where did you see him?
At my friend's footy grand final.
I guess it's true. Like, when you're nearly 30, if you see a teacher, you couldn't be like, "Oh, hey, Mr. Spiteri," or whatever. Like,
I just go, well, if it isn't Peter Tellefsen.
Well. Pete Tellefsen, the very same.
Who was
so people know, Pete Tellefsen was the head of the junior school at our high school. Our junior school.
At our junior school. So I haven't seen him for 20 years, but my mum still keeps in contact.
What? Why?
I don't know.
What's he do now? for anyone interested.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Pete Tellefsen. And you'd never call him Pete, but you just would you do a nickname? Because I assume Mr. Tui's name is Vincent.
Oh, yeah, but I just Vince.
You just go Vince.
Vince Tui.
I reckon power move him, Vincent Tui.
Oh,
What are you up to these days, mate?
Master Vincent.
Yeah.
You're looking well.
Quick detour.
Keeping out of trouble.
Sorry, guys.
Anyway, but how would you greet your teacher?
Yeah. Because Hermione's called him Rubius and Hagrid, I think.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's go. Let's continue.
Anyway, you better go to my hut now, said Hagrid. Are you talking to me or yourself? Said Hermione. You didn't end the quotation marks. You better, said Hagrid.
Better what? You better.
Better what? Said Hermione. Potions, said Hagrid. Okay, Hagrid. You better go to potions now, said Hermione, seeming as though this was the only thing she could say in this moment. Will Jordan Borden be there? Said Hagrid. Yes, said Hermione.
This is a great reading.
This is good. Hagrid skipped gleefully out of the classroom and cast several killing curses on his way out, which rebounded off some walls, but thankfully didn't kill anyone except a centaur. So, just as I've said to use them sparingly, there's one gone.
Wow. I love in this book how characters just start shooting out killing curses willy-nilly.
Like they were unforgivable curses. Now they're just
I'm a little bit upset. I'm just going to cast a couple of killing curses.
He was happy in that moment.
Yeah. And I love that because I think, not to analyze the author's intentions too much.
No, we would never do that.
What I love as comedic effect in this book is, and I think this is intentional, Hagrid skipped gleefully out of the classroom. The idea of the character of Hagrid skipping gleefully out of a classroom. That's
already funny. Yeah.
And he's just shooting a vodka for everywhere.
And he's old.
He's old. He's quite large. He's a hairy man. This is what you'd expect from a child. And that seems to be where Hagrid is now.
The other part of this, just to be more canonical, is Hagrid. I mean, does he have a wand? Is he using his umbrella?
Yeah. Because they took his wand. He got expelled. So we don't know.
Just a bit of a dick move that they did. Surely Dumbledore could have,
it is
scaled that rule back.
It is kind of funny though that Hagrid was framed, and then it must have become obvious at some point that it wasn't him, but no one really did anything about it. Hagrid was never hey, Dumbledore, can you help me clear my name? Because it was obviously Voldemort. It wasn't me. No, Hagrid, be the keeper of grounds. Yeah. Be the keeper of grounds and games.
Yeah, and
keys and grounds.
Yeah, and take care of that giant spider in the forest.
Yeah,
but so the giant spider. That's what I was actually protecting. So it wasn't me that killed.
Yes, Hagrid. Yes, and that maybe that denial of the truth is what drove Hagrid to become so insane in this book. Just before we get back into it as well, I was just going to say, I guess we're in another situation now, which I think we were in book one, where, was it Hopeless McDopeless?
Yes.
And we said, do you think Hopeless McDopeless appears again in Harry Potter and the Boys, the saga? Do you think, let's make a call now, does Jordan Borden become
a real character
or just a recurring theme of Hagrid's sayings?
Or to never be mentioned.
Never mentioned again.
I think yes. Well, now, given the history, I now think Jordan Borden will become a character.
Well, Hopeless McDopeless, I don't think ever appeared again.
No. So I was right that time.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, let's see. There you go. Okay. Cast your votes, guys. If you think Jordan Borden, if you think he will become a character, send a boy emoji in my insert. Because so many people, I like the emoji system. Lots of people sliding in.
Working, is it?
Lots of people sliding in with hat emojis. Can't remember what it was about. Oh, it was If You Knew It Was Don't Lie by the Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah.
Lots of people.
Which I did not, but it sounded great.
Let's continue.
Okay. So he just killed a centaur. After finishing burying the body of the centaur and holding a small but private memorial service.
Small but private?
Yeah, small but private, yeah. Hermione looked over at the boys, seemingly disappointed, as though she knew this day was coming. Oh, so has Hermione buried the body? Okay.
Yeah, I guess so.
As though she knew that at some point, somewhere in this book, or the next after that, she'd have to explain to the boys a series of things she didn't particularly want to explain or be involved with. And that time had come, maybe sooner than she expected. That was a long sentence.
Yeah, it was. But, again, Hermione knows. Hermione just hates when we turn the pages.
Yes.
She's like, with every page turn, I'm going to need to explain something.
Possibly in this book, but possibly in the next book.
And to be honest, I think the author knows at this stage that Hermione is a bit of a trump card. That's why she doesn't appear much. It's like, if I bring Hermione into this, she has been characterized as like a normal person, so she'll have to explain something to the boys.
Yeah, you can't put her in there.
Yeah. And I think in the last book,
she's like the Dumbledore in the 5th or 6th.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Anyway, let's see what she's got to say.
Professor, you'll never guess what's going on, said Michael. Okay, is this her? Okay,
I think it's a very long sentence, and it's Professor Granger.
Clownish Kimgiri has returned to Hogwarts. Harold's penis has been chopped off by him. Madame Pomfrey passed out at the sight. Also, why is Madame Pomfrey still alive? All of the teachers from the original books are dead. What's the deal with that? Mr. Charger is clearly trying to murder you all with no real explanation. A narrator seems to be narrating your lives, and this entire book with no explanation either. And why on earth did the Jim Wilkins choir keep singing the same goddamn diddly darn song?
So she becomes Ned Flanders for a second.
And who are those guys anyway? Professor Granger responded, almost as though she literally guessed specifically exactly what's going on.
Wow. So she does know. She is aware of everything.
Wow.
Briefly becomes Ned Flanders.
Yes.
Does raise a lot of questions. Why is Madame Pomfrey still alive? All the other teachers are dead. Who are the Jim Wilkins choir? We still have no sort of solution as to who they are. It's confusing. This could be an expositional chapter.
Oh,
we
thank
need
God.
more of those. Yeah.
That is true. A lot of this stuff is not but I imagine, as we kind of covered, I think last week, the average age of a wizard was actually 137 and 3/4 years.
That's right. Yeah.
So,
but I know where you're going with this, but would Madame Pomfrey still be working as a school nurse at age 140?
No, I guess she might have graduated to part-time. Casual work and a bit of a pension on the side.
Oh, God.
No, said Sam. We were talking about how the Black Eyed Peas just announced that they are doing a new album. So the Black Eyed Peas, so Fergie, Will.i.am,
the other guys,
they're out there in 50 years from now, essentially.
Doing a reunion. That's not implausible.
No,
because,
it's not actually.
So AC/DC did an album a few years ago.
I imagine them just doing, where is the love?
Yeah. No, baby. No.
What's wrong with the world, mama? People living like that. Okay, no one wants to hear that. No, the rest of the boys shouted. Don't listen to Sam. We suspect he might be an idiotus, but we can't be certain. All that stuff you said is true. Please help us understand.
All right.
That's the rest of the boys, I'm assuming they all said it in unison.
Yeah. Also, Sam might be an idiotus, which, as we know, is a magical idiot.
Yes, well, that's the only Sam that's an idiotus. I'm going to show you that.
I love that there's there's Muggle, Mudblood, Wizard, Pureblood, Squib, Idiotus.
Yeah, Idiotus.
It's a new one.
Yeah. Just a whole new category.
There's so much world building in this book,
Yeah. People don't give you enough credit for that.
Yeah.
It's a real masterpiece. Very well, I will tell you what I know, said Professor Granger, although she didn't look like she wanted to say very much at all. How did she look? How did she look then?
No, I think it's like,
very well. Oh, yeah, that's true.
I will tell you what I know. I'm a good actor. Look at this. Look. Very well. I will tell you what I know.
Pretty good.
You do it better.
That was pretty good.
Okay.
That was really good. Very, very well. No, that yours was better. Hang on.
Yeah, mine was good.
Very well. I will tell you what I know.
Nah, because
No.
she's too confident there. It's
I will tell you.
very well. I will tell you what I know. That's what it is. Anyway,
I think
just interpret the text however you like.
Very well. I will tell you what I know.
Yeah,
Sounds like we're doing a self-tape. Speak actors doing self-tapes, trying to put anything.
It's like the Seinfeld.
Very well.
These pretzels are making me thirsty.
It is like that. Okay. If the writing on the wall is to believe... fuck.
It's to believe. It should be if the writing on the wall is to be believed.
Okay.
I think.
If the writing on the wall is to be believed...
Well, no, but you have to read it as the author writes.
If the writing on the wall is to believe, then it is true. Clownish Kimjiri has indeed returned to Hogwarts. And if he gets his way, you better hang on to your dicks because he'll chop them off, she said. And personally, I prefer my dicks attached to men, not chopped off. She then slapped her ass and did a wink.
I prefer my dicks attached to men.
And that's like what 13-year-old Mike thinks a woman does.
I've never been on a date with a woman who goes, you know, Mike, I prefer my dicks attached to men, not chopped off. Wink. If I ever go on a date with a listener of this podcast, throw that one out there on the date. Just see what happens.
I just want to say that if you listen to this podcast, if someone listens to this podcast, they're probably not going to date with you.
Why?
No.
It would be kind of weird, wouldn't it?
No, it wouldn't.
We could talk about the book. Bring the book. We'll analyze it.
Michael, sign your boobs.
Oh, gosh.
But Hermione, why? And what is the Voldemort?
Actually, can I? Yeah. I was talking. No, actually, no. I shouldn't say this. I'll say it. I was talking to a girl who listens to this pod. Like she's an existing person I know, but she also listens to this pod.
Shout out.
And you know, things might have been a little bit flirtatious.
Okay.
And she like brought up the signing boobs.
Finally.
Yeah, so it actually kind of happened.
Someone finally brought up, but you didn't sign them.
No, well, this was a while ago.
Okay.
And like, you know, yeah.
Okay. You were thinking of, it's funny because you were thinking of not saying it. And I said shout outs. Maybe it's more of a whisper out. So we kind of hope she doesn't hear it, but if she does hear it, doesn't matter. Okay. Whisper out.
Guys, you know, flirting is just part of life. It's part of existing. So
it is. And you know who knows that better than anyone? Professor Granger.
And Harry Potter based flirting, even better.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Jordan Borden. Okay. You know what I mean?
So she slapped her ass and did a wink.
Yes. And then someone continues, but Hermione, why? And what is the Voldemort Reunitement Committee? And what does he want with all our dicks? I personally really like mine and don't want it chopped off, said Michael. Good body positivity from a young Michael.
Do you reckon anyone's like, I hate my dick. I'd be happy to get it chopped off.
Yeah, get rid. Yeah, some people would be.
I can't imagine how bad it would be to have your dick chopped off.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty bad.
It'd be pretty bad, wouldn't it?
It'd just be like, what would you do all day?
What do you mean all day?
I don't know. I just feel like you'd know and it would change so much about your life.
Are we talking dick chopped off, balls still there?
I guess.
That's weird
That's weird. That is weird.
Oh, that's weird as well. I mean, you'd almost just rather a clean...
Yeah, clean cut.
Yeah.
The Ken doll.
Have you seen, it's not Clerks, or, you know, those old movies?
Yeah.
There's like Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh, yeah.
Clerks.
Yeah.
Another one.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure it's Snape.
Oh, Alan Rickman.
I think he's in it as like an angel.
Oh.
Who has nothing down there. He's like Ken dolled.
Oh.
So like they show it and he's just like, there's just all smooth down there. And it's Alan Rickman. I'm almost certain. And funny if it's not and I've made that up.
I forgot to mention as well, and lots of people have written in saying they like the chit chat, and I'll talk about it on an hour post, but someone also knew the person you were referring to who was a person who was like a 70-year-old fashion designer who looked 30.
It was.
Yeah. I can't remember, but
I think it was Vera Wang.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And someone wrote in? Great.
Someone wrote in. Shout out to, I think their name was Phoebe.
Thanks,
Okay.
Phoebe. I was right, wasn't I?
Sam is just looking up this movie and then we'll progress with the fanfic.
Can we pause while I...
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we took a quick break because Sam wanted to Google this movie.
Because
he got a bit sidetracked.
In this universe by Kevin Smith, and they did, there's Mallrats, Dogma, I think Clerks, Jay and Silent Bob, Strike Back, all this stuff. Alan Rickman, Snape, appears in Dogma as an angel, and he has no dick or balls.
There you go.
Here is...
Maybe he's Snape and he got his dick chopped off by Clownish.
And here is just a still from the set of Alan Rickman.
Oh, that's weird. There's something really confronting about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is super weird.
So
is that? Yeah.
Well, that's him.
Must be a plaster thing he's wearing over his actual dick.
I don't know.
Well,
or Alan Rickman had no dick and balls. And he was
imitating art.
He was typecast.
I mean, art imitating life.
We'll chuck that up on the socials, guys.
Yeah, the socials that we don't have.
You should put that in the video, though. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Glad we did that.
Little detour.
I fear I can't tell you everything, but I believe you know some of the story already. When Winston Charger was a student here at Hogwarts, he, Kim Jiri, and Boris Mailman were good friends. They were constantly fascinated with the tale of Voldemort. Of course, you would know the story of Professor Quirrell from the first book, who harbored Voldemort on the back of his head.
Interesting.
Winston spoke to me extensively about this, curious and asking questions, even when he was a student.
Again, typos bringing down the serious tone of the book. Yes, a studnet. Do you mean student? Yes.
Of course, at this time, I had no idea how evil he was, and I had no idea that he would attempt the exact same thing in the future. At first, I thought that Winston's attempts would be fruitless. Voldemort was dead. I saw it myself. But as you know, Voldemort was a powerful wizard. Over the years, many witches and wizards around the world spoke of a new style of dark magic that was able to transcend the powers of space and time itself. And Voldemort, being the apparent genius dark wizard he was, had already tapped into this method of existing, beyond life and beyond Horcruxes. The dark farts.
This is juicy.
Wow. Of course, being the smartest witch in the world, I dismiss this as idiotness. Simply a conspiracy. No trace of any such magic ever existed as far as I knew. But strange and mysterious things started to happen in the time that Kim Jiri left Hogwarts and went on the run.
Wow.
Massive.
Exposition dump.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know the timeline is a bit hazy, but we know Charger, Kim Jiri, Boris Mailman went to school together.
Yep.
They were trying to bring Voldemort back. Mr. Charger had heard of Professor Quirrell and was like, how did he do that? Like, what is that magic? Which is never really explained in the books. But yeah.
Yeah, and he was obviously very interested in it. And Voldemort had somehow tapped into the method of existing beyond Horcruxes, I guess, before
he died. So,
yeah. Well, it stands to reason that Voldemort, he didn't just go, Horcruxes, sweet, tick.
Yeah, he had another backup.
Wow.
And you know what's interesting about this?
7 backups, never enough. I've always said that.
It's the thing like 1 is none, 2 is 1, 7 is some. In Cursed Child, Voldemort also had a backup.
Oh, yeah.
He's so me and JK actually had similar ideas of how Voldemort could continue, but Voldemort's backup in that was, I had a daughter. But in this one, it's like, no, there's another style of magic similar to the dark arts, but it's the dark farts.
Oh, that whole night of seeing the Cursed Child is a blur. I sometimes forget about that.
I'm picking it now. There will be something like fart cruxes that he has that we have to find. But
okay,
yeah.
Horcrux, butts.
Fart butts.
Yeah, fart cruxes.
Horfucks.
Yeah, and you gotta like fart on something and that's how it becomes your object.
Yeah. Anyway, this is very interesting.
What things happened, said Luke. I'm explaining. Maybe just let me talk. Anyway, as Winston, Kim, and Boris were friends at Hogwarts, they, along with some other friends, did indeed form what they called the Voldemort Reunitement Committee, a committee that genuinely believed Voldemort to be an intelligent and powerful wizard that could teach the world many things. They claimed,
but it's climbed.
They climbed that Voldemort was simply misunderstood, not dangerous, and that by bringing him back with this new form of magic, they could help the world understand magic better. They consistently research ways of bringing back these traces of Voldemort back to life, and quite frankly, up until last year, I never thought it would happen. Quite frankly, up until last year, I never thought it would happen.
Hermione, are you okay?
Yeah.
Just doing what the author wrote.
You see, not much is written about the dark farts, and it seems Voldemort had learned more about... Sorry, let me do that again. You see, not much is written about the dark farts, and it seems Voldemort had learned more than everyone about it. I'd go as far to say that the lingering will of Voldemort was captured in some way and exists in the realm of the darkest, fartiest magic.
Fartiest.
This is what a grandiose, sweeping statement. Like, yeah, I think he's lingering in the somehow. When I learned that Winston Charger had successfully harbored Voldemort somehow on his own asshole, I knew that I, Hermione Granger, was wrong. For the first time, I had been completely wrong about something so obvious. And from that day, I doubted myself and continue to do so. I could have stopped all of this. I could have stopped Ron from dying. I could have protected everybody, but I failed.
Interesting.
Wow.
So she mentions Ron because,
I don't know if they were together.
Yeah, but canonically they were together, because this book canonically follows Harry Potter, but they might have broken up because there was we didn't really get any glimpse of that. But she does have regrets that she couldn't stop Ron because she didn't believe that what was happening was possible.
And we're trying to figure out if that was canonically. No. Okay. Okay, they can't all be winners. I'm going to blame it on the book. The book said that. All right. Professor, you couldn't have known, said the boys. Shut up, I'm still talking, said Hermione. One thing you need to understand is that not everybody loved Harry Potter the same way they loved Raymond in that show. If there's one thing I know about Mike and nothing's changed, this is you as 13 bring up Everybody Loves Raymond. You still bring up Everybody Loves Raymond at any given juncture, any excuse will do.
There was a night where it was the wrap-up party for season 2 of The 100.
Yes.
And Becky Lucas, very successful, famous comedian in Australia.
I'm a massive fan of her.
Sam loves her. She was there and we were talking to her and I just was quite drunk trying to convince her that Everybody Loves Raymond is an amazing TV show that's underrated. And
I was in the and I'm thinking, wow, this is my
big shot.
My big shot. Just meeting someone I admire and not wanting to embarrass myself or anything. And little did I realize that I'd have secondhand embarrassment of then my Becky going, is this guy's friend? Just love it? No. Yeah. We spoke about Everybody Loves Raymond for a good 5 or so minutes.
Possibly 10.
Yeah.
I don't know why I love everybody. We could do a whole podcast about why I love Everybody Loves Raymond, but also on Hamish and Andy, I said to Hamish and Andy, hey, if you ever get Ray Romano.
Who's that?
Hamish and Andy.
Yeah, that's joking.
If you ever get Ray Romano as an interview opportunity, can I do the interview? And, and Hamish was like, yeah, no worries, Mike. If we ever want to interview Ray Romano, you can do it.
Because there's little to no chance I'll ever want to do that. That's so funny. Hopefully he becomes very relevant again.
Yeah. Well, he's had quite a successful acting career post Raymond.
Yeah, I have seen him in something.
And I always thought it was funny that he named his show Everybody Loves Raymond. That's you. Did you send me that TikTok about
TikTok
that he didn't want to call it that?
No. He goes on to explain the many other names for it, and they were horrible.
They were all really.
It was
bad.
He's like,
"What's up, Raymond?"
Why can't we call it something like okay, Raymond? And, okay, Raymond was one of the working titles. Oh, it's a horror.
It's like if my podcast was called Okay Mikey.
Yeah. You know what? That's
We're not a Radiohead album.
Yeah.
Okay, computer.
Yeah.
Okay, you did get that.
Well, I didn't quite get it, to be honest. So I pretended
Thanks
I did.
for laughing about it.
Of course.
All right, let's continue.
Anyway, so Harry, not everybody loved Harry Potter the same way they loved Raymond in that show. We came to learn this after our time at Headworks. Okay, something is being introduced here called Headworks.
Headworks.
Capital H. Headworks asked the boys, whoops, I mean Hogwarts. Oh. Sorry, I thought this was a whole new thing.
Yeah, a new thing they went to after Hogwarts, but no, she's just forgotten the name of her school and current position.
Yeah. Oh my God. Whoops, I mean Hogwarts.
That's such a red herring. It's like, oh wow, we're gonna learn all about Headworks. Oh no, sorry, I just meant Hogwarts.
Sorry,
just had a little brain fart.
Yeah, I just had a brain wart. While Harry defeated Voldemort, many despised him for the constant trouble he caused at school, for putting others in danger, for the deaths of friends, just for driving some to complete insanity. Just think about it. How many innocent people died for Harry? Families ruined, lives ruined, families ruined, family suffering. A lot of repetitiveness here. And it's not
families ruined, lives ruined,
families ruined, families suffering.
Sounds like Where Is the Love by the Black Eyed Peas.
It does sound like that. Yeah. And it's not like nobody knew about it. Those books were bestsellers. And the movies, everyone saw it.
There's no denying it. It was all caught. It was all caught on camera.
Oh my God.
The books were bestsellers, boys. Everyone knew what happened.
This is so funny. It's a long chappy.
Yeah, sorry. Do you have to go?
No.
Okay, well, just keep going.
I think this is still part of the quote. Okay. Many people around the world were vengeful for Harry, including Winston, Boris, and Kim, who despise him for killing their hero, Voldemort.
And can I say, we have talked about this before, about how people would have been frustrated at Harry.
So
it's interesting.
It's good to know that we were correct.
And also, in The Cursed Child, Cedric Diggory's dad is exactly this. This is the similar. So went in similar directions. Very interesting.
Yeah, it actually stands to reason that other parents were upset as well.
Yeah.
And many people curse the name Harry Potter for the traumas they endured. I'm sure you can see that Harry is not the man he once was.
Ooh.
I have a theory that the endless onslaught of insults and personal attacks helped him get there. As for Winston, Kim, I don't know what they are up to this year, but I do know the clownish Kim Jerry will stop at nothing to kill everybody at this school if he believes that will help him bring Voldemort back. I believe that because the dick is so close to the bum, there is some element of the dark farts that exists in all dicks. By chopping them off and collecting them, Clownish captures more and more fart power.
Okay. So this is biologically implausible. Just the idea that it's
dick is pretty close to the bum.
That's true. I guess if you do a fart, some of that fart is wandering its way to the dick.
Is it? I guess. I mean, you fart the opposite direction.
That's true. You're farting out away from the dick. Yeah. But I guess it's maybe somewhere biologically there's a bit of fart in a dick.
I absolutely don't think that at all.
Anyway, here we are.
Wow, but Hermione believes that, and she's the smartest witch
of her age. Yeah.
So funny. I believe when he failed at chopping off nearly dickless Ned's dick, he escaped and left Hogwarts. Some of his friends joined him. They disappeared somewhere. Winston, however, remained at Hogwarts, graduating the top of his class.
Interesting. Interesting.
And these evil men, Winston, Clownish, Boris, they have friends all over the world. Dark, evil wizards who have been imprisoned in Azkaban and even Kazkaban.
Has Kazkaban been mentioned? I think
it has.
Yeah. It was like Kazkaban and Deathbird and Reaper's juvenile detention center or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
People I have only heard of for the evilest deeds, such as Horseshoe Potato.
This is one of the most evil guys in the world.
Horseshoe potato.
Horseshoe potato, guys. You do not want to be around him.
And how can we forget? And this is just a list of, okay. Vladek Slobodomanovic.
Oh, Vladek.
Yeah.
Didn't Vladek get mentioned a couple times in the first book I think?
Yeah, I've heard Vladek before.
Yeah, interesting. But I'm pretty sure Vladek's been mentioned a few times.
Can we get a bit of credit for me actually nailing the pronunciation of the made-up
Vladek Slobodomanovic.
Slobodomanovic. Cosmos of the Mountain.
Cosmos of the Mountain.
Names I don't even like to think about.
Oh, horseshoe potato.
Oh.
You know in The Lion King where they're like, Mufasa. Say it again. Mufasa, Mufasa, Mufasa. It's like horseshoe potato, Cosmos of the Mountain, Vladek Slobodomanovic. So I wonder if these are our, villains. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
But Professor Granger, if you know all this and more, why can't you help? Said Lockie. One day you will understand why, said Hermione. That's shit. That's quite ominous, said Tom. Why can't you tell us, said Michael. When I realized that I was wrong and had let everybody down, my powers of magic diminished severely. I am but a shadow of the witch you know me as from the original books. In these books, I am but a simple witch who can only do the most basic spells. I've tried for many a year to return to my former greatness, but my magic is simply hindered. I might as well be a character in Del Toro Quest, as I'm utterly useless, said Hermione.
Poor Del Toro Quest. So Hermione's self-doubt has ruined her magical ability, and that's a decent explanation as to why she can't help.
Why has that happened in something before? I don't know. It feels quite familiar, but
okay, right in. Jeez, this chapter's still coming along.
Yes. Boys, at some point, I promise I will tell you everything, but for now, I must bid you farewell, said Hermione. Stay on alert. Do not let Clownish chop your dick off. It's so annoying because she's like, well, I know all the answers. I could tell you. I could have helped you earlier.
But I can't.
I can't, and I'm not going to tell you why. You'll understand one day, but
when you're older.
When you're older, but you might not.
Oh, God. Neville
emerged from a closet on the right-hand side of Hermione's office. Oh, my God. Hermione, are you ready for the fucking of your He saw the boys and awkwardly changed his subject. Oh, my God. What the fucking of your life? He was about to say your fucking of your life.
So Neville's about to give Hermione the
Hermione, are you ready for the fucking of your life?
Oh, hey, boys.
Hey, boys. Heard all the drama about Clownish. Don't worry, I'm sure life's pretty fun without a dick. Just ask Hermione here. She doesn't have one. I know because we meet here each time this week to have a sexual intercourse. That's right. Sexual intercourse.
It's like, what was he going to say then?
It's hard to change. To have
sexual intercourse. Yep, we're having sexual intercourse.
Jesus, Neville's a player.
Yeah. Lavender, Hermione.
Gosh.
Every girl, maybe Madame Pomfrey.
Well, probably.
I don't know. He's pumming her free.
Okay. The boys rushed out of the I was going to let that go, but
Neville's pumming her free and longing her bottom.
Oh, yeah.
Her lady lumps.
Yeah, that works. The boys rushed out of the office, hoping and praying that the next chapter wasn't another one of those filler chapters.
Okay, end of chapter.
Holy moly.
Fantastic chapter. I mean, lots of exposition there. We learnt a lot there about what's going on. I still feel like I have more questions.
There was lots of exposition, but it felt like a lot of it was Hermione kind of just confirming a few things and then, but then telling us no more.
Yeah.
Telling us, I'm not going to tell you why.
Yeah. And it's like, where could this book be going? Because I guess we're just heading towards a showdown with Clownish Kimjiri.
Who I can't even picture.
What's that?
I guess, we can picture. Clownish
He looks like a clown.
He looks like a clown. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess that's it.
Clownish, Winston. And have we seen Boris?
Yeah, Boris Mailman is Dragon Mailboy's dad.
Yeah, yeah. But have we seen him recently?
No. But also, so Vladek Slavomonovic, I'm pretty sure and keen-eared listeners let us know, but Vladek, I'm pretty sure.
Was he mentioned in the shop? Magic shop?
Maybe, but I also think in the first chapter of this book, if you remember that far back, it's like Voldemort, they're on the beach with Voldemort and Voldemort's on his ass still and they're letting him go. And Voldemort says like, I know what you've got planned with Vladek and the Hufflepuff oath. And I'm pretty sure clownish Kim Jiri was in Hufflepuff.
Right.
They said. So maybe, well, that's what it is. So they have some plans. So Vladek might show up and it's all very interesting.
Wow, Vladek now I forgot. Now I've fucked it.
Vladek Slavomonovic.
Yeah. So we're going to see them. That's a big showdown then if we see them all.
Yeah. So we've got Vladek, Boris, Kim Jiri, and Winston Charger.
Versus the boys.
Yeah.
Harry's fucked.
Yeah.
Hermione's not helping.
Hermione can't help. Her
powers are gone.
It's like her libido's gone.
Yeah, her sexual libido. Oh, that's where it's from. It's from when Austin Powers lost his mojo.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Lost my mojo. We're looking forward to the next chapter.
Me too. I'm happy to come back. I know you had Stephen Fry booked in.
Yeah, we did have Stephen Fry, but nah, he can't make it anymore. So if you're keen, jump back on.
Yeah, sure.
Anything to plug?
No, you can. You can follow me on Instagram.
Yep, Sam Garlepp.
Sam Garlepp. I sometimes post things. I posted a video yesterday.
Yeah, I post videos from this show on the TikTok, Harry Potter. I think it's HPATB pod.
And I love getting more followers that like Harry Potter and the Boys because sometimes when I post things, I lose followers. So if I get fans of Harry Potter to counter that, that'd be great.
Lose followers. I lose followers every time I post. Like, I was steadily.
But I want the right kind of. I almost don't care. I'm like, well, I want people who like.
Yeah, who like me.
Who like me and like Harry Potter fan fictions.
Yeah. Well, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Loved this chappy. Love you, Sam.
Love you, Mike.
Goodbye. Hamoras. Mwah.
You better go to Jordan Borden now.
Jordan Borden.
Don't mind if I do.
This episode of Harry Potter and the Boys was brought to you by Radio Mike on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Radio Mike. For as little as $1 a month, you can help us keep the lights on here at Radio Mike Productions, and we would appreciate any support you can give. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week. This podcast was a Radio Mike original production. Head to radiomike.com.au to check out all our other content, stay up to date at radio.mike on Instagram, and get in touch, radiomikepod@gmail.com.